up to Pete Williams' final point about airline security and technology. We want to spend a bit of time on this topic tonight because the president today talked about bomb detection, trying to find out if a human is carrying explosives that are not meant to be discovered. The president talked about imagery. That means these new electronic machines that can see through clothing, they can see through just about everything. For some people who are worried about privacy, their dignity, perhaps religious beliefs, these machines show way too much. And while this may be a bit graphic, tonight we want to show you what these machines show. And so our own Tom Castello is at a company that makes them in suburban Virginia outside Washington. And Tom, correct, we are going to see what a TSA technician would see if you walked through one of the many machines that work in airports.
Yeah, this is as close as we can get to show you. We are at Smith's detection facility here in Virginia, and behind me, Mark is going to walk through in just a moment. But first, we need to explain there are two types of full-body imaging technology. The first one is called backscatter. It uses minute amounts of radiation to essentially peer underneath the clothing looking for any type of a weapon. The second type of technology is called millimeter wave technology. It bounces radio waves off of individuals. And right now, the TSA has about 40 of those in use around the country. This behind me is the latest generation, the next generation of radio wave, millimeter wave technology, and the TSA is testing it right now. Mark is going to walk through right now the portal. He's going to stand in front of this echo screen, and he's going to start doing a 360. As he does, and we'll tell you in advance that he does have some weapons or some replicas underneath his clothing. As he does, a screener in another room would be watching this image. Let's walk over here and see exactly what the screener would be seeing on his or her screen. We'll stop right there. To begin with, you can see that you cannot tell what Mark's face looks like because the technology blurs the face, but you can tell that this is a man. Let's go ahead and continue scanning around the side, and immediately what we're going to notice is in the small of Mark's back, right there, it appears he has a gun. We know it's a replica, but it clearly sticks out. Let's back up a little bit. Did we miss something? Right on the right hip, there's something. What Mark is wearing on his right hip is a replica of plastic explosives, and this machine has picked it up. Scan a little bit further this way, and we're going to look at something on his left hip, right there. In fact, this machine has picked up a plastic butter knife. Scan a little bit further. We'll have him stop right there, and you're going to see a box cutter in his left pocket. And now keep scanning because what we're concerned about is what is right above his groin there. This black area would clearly be a concern, and what he has right there is a plastic baggie full of flour. Now, what's impossible to know is whether this technology would have picked up that plastic baggie full of explosives, PETN in Amsterdam. But what we do know is that this technology here has picked up this white plastic baggie full of flour.
Now,
Brian, back to you.
Tom, we've tried to be judicious here because families are watching at this hour, and these machines really do show everything. So let's repeat a point here. When you walk through one of these at an airport, where are the TSA techs who are looking at your picture?
The TSA, either a male or female, will be in another room. The face is obscured, but he or she would be able to peer underneath your clothing to see if you have anything at all.
Now, a lot of folks say the truly best way to sniff out explosives, especially in this new era when the terrorists are trying to conceal them using all kinds of creative ways, are trained sniffer dogs. Others say leave it to electronics, and many countries are fans of the hand pat-down. Are we looking at an era not far from now where you actually have lane choice of the method that you are going to be screened en route to your flight gate?
That's very possible. You may have a male lane and a female lane. You may have a lane that allows you to go through a machine like this, another one that allows you to go through simply a pat-down and a swabbing technique, essentially swabbing all of your handheld luggage for any trace of explosives. You might also have a lane that has the option of dogs. All of that may be, as we go forward, the options that are presented to the TSA and what they called this layered approach to security.
All right, Tom Castello, our thanks to the folks there and to our volunteer. It's all about what the president said today, technology staying ahead of the terrorists.